up, guys? John back here with another video, and today we're going to talk about something I just kind of started thinking about, actually. It's going to be about this little guy right here. So this is my Beretta Pico 380, fits in my hand. Look at that, just perfect. Can cover this whole bad boy up, barely even know I have a firearm in this hand. I'm going to kind of give you my point and thoughts on this, just kind of what, got me into this and buying one, and where I am all these years later with firearms, because I know we got all these new gun owners now, and everyone wants the smaller, the easier to conceal, fit in my hand, but it might not always be the best option, so stay tuned. What's up, guys? John back here. So was just kind of sitting around thinking about some firearms like I usually always do. And the first thing that came to my mind was my Beretta Pico. So if you've seen videos in the past, I made a video in regards to this little guy, and I had really good things to say about it. Is it the best shooting gun? No. Is it the most accurate gun? No. But is it convenient? Yeah. Is it super easy to carry? Yeah. Do you almost forget about it? Yeah. So I kind of wanted to make a story video in regards to firearms in general, and how I first started off with firearms, just based on the fact that everyone I talk to now is all pro Second Amendment, which is awesome. Everyone wants guns now because of the world's chaos and whatever's going on in the world. Everyone's first thought process is, oh, let me go get a firearm because that's what I need, And that's great. I'm all for it. So I wanted to make a video in regards to my thought process on it. I'm going to take the mags out. I got all the mags right there for the guns that I will be handling in this video. Completely empty on this one. Go to my P10C now. Completely empty, obviously. So, that being said, I'm going to get to this guy in just a few. So, where to begin? So, I started in firearms and buying firearms probably about 9 years ago now. So it's been quite a bit of time now since I've been into firearms, and it all started with a shooting that happened locally that ended up killing 2 people at a store, and it was literally right around the block from where I lived, and I was like, okay, that's too close to home. I need to get something that I can protect myself. If God forbid I'm ever in a situation where I need to draw a firearm or protect myself or my loved ones, and that's it, no questions asked. So I went to the store, bought my first firearm. It was a .380 caliber Taurus model, practically the same size as this, same measurements, same width, super thin, very pocketable. You could throw it in your pocket, totally forget it's even there. That's what I started off with. Now, me personally, I didn't have a lot of trainers or gun experts in my life. I didn't really have a lot of YouTube to go to. I wasn't into YouTube that much back then. So in my mind, first being a gun owner by myself, what did I think? Okay, the smaller, the better, right? This, too big, too scary. It's just, look how big this is, it's probably too loud. This right here, my P07, too big, too loud. Look how crazy big this thing is. It's got a light on there. It's got suppressor tip on there for, the suppressors. It's got this hammer in the back. It's just very scary looking. So that was my thought process when I first started looking for guns. So me being me, what did I think? The smaller, the better. The smaller, the quieter it's going to be, the easier it's going to be to shoot. One thing, I was very scared of bullets. I don't know why. Something about bullets going into here and hearing that click and then knowing there's one in there scared the life out of me. I just didn't feel confident with myself. I wasn't comfortable. I'll be honest, for the first 4 months of carrying a firearm, I didn't carry it chambered, which is something I can never not do now. But back then I didn't. I would just put the mag in, and that was it for me. I was scared at that point, where just knowing that there's a round right there that could just very easily go into the chamber area and go off and kill someone or shoot myself in the leg. So that's my mindset for the first 3-4 months. And that's going to be the same mindset that a lot of people have right now, because there's not a lot of gun experts, or a lot of people, not even experts, there's not a lot of people that are very gun savvy or knowledgeable. And they automatically assume, okay, I bought this to save my life if God forbid anything happens, but there's a bullet in there now, and if it goes off, I'm responsible. I'm going to go to prison the rest of my life, or I'm going to shoot myself and I can't move anymore. So I'm just going to leave it like this without one in the chamber. that was my thought process. So I don't talk bad about anyone that feels that way, because that's how I was. Like I said, I didn't have anyone to turn to and explain to me the concepts of how this really works and the bullet going in there, and you have to pull that trigger in order for the round to even think about going off, if you have a good enough firearm to where it goes off every time. But that was the thing. I didn't know that back then, so I didn't know. So I started off with these little guys right here. I owned 3 pocket pistol 380 caliber firearms. Now, in a self-defense encounter, if my life's on the line, if my family or loved ones are about to die, will this come in handy? Absolutely. It will fire, the noise is loud, it will scare someone. If you hit them, it will do damage. It's a 380 round. I've made a video comparison on that, comparing a 380 to a 9mm round, which the 9mm is the most carried round out there, and I'll do that one more time. So this is your 380 round. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show that perfectly, but as you can tell, I mean, it's not that much of a difference. I mean, there's a little bit more oomph to the 9mm, of course, and weight-wise, they're a little bit heavier. So you're averaging about 130 grains, 120 to 130 grains, compared to like 70 to 95 grains on the 380 round. So it's not a big drastic difference. Where the big difference comes into place, though, is, in my opinion, most 380 are pocket pistols. They're small, tiny little guns that are designed to fit in your hand, designed to, easily just conceal them and hide them. And that's great until you have to shoot them. Come into play the 9mm round now, which most 9mm is going to be, this is a compact, so it's not a subcompact. It's a little bit bigger than your average 9mm, but in the world of 9mm, it's not that big of a gun. It's a compact series. CZ makes a very refined compact series, so their guns are not that big. And overall, this gun fits perfect in my hands. I mean, it's just perfect. Got a perfect sight picture, feels great, awesome shooting gun. I can hit 20, 30 yards out, bullseyes, no problem with this guy right here. Now, this guy right here, forget about it. You could pay me $100, I wouldn't even be able to hit that bullseye with this guy right here. It's just too small of a gun, and it's got sights, yeah, that's great. It's got a 3-dot sight picture on there, polymer frame sights, which are kind of trash, but whatever. You get what you pay for. But at the end of the day, you pull this thing out, you whip it out, you're just firing. You're not looking down at the sight picture. You're not trying to get the radius. You're literally just pulling it and shooting it. That's what these pocket pistols are meant for. That's what it's close combat, pull, shoot, don't even think twice about it. Don't try to get a sight picture. It's literally what it is. Now my story on how 380s are is I shot this gun really poorly. If I practice a lot more with it, could I shoot it better? Yeah, but here's the downside to that. You don't want to practice a lot with a 380 pocket pistol because they only hold 7 rounds. So you gotta load your magazines 55 times at the range, which is super annoying. And then on top of that, you gotta try to have fun with a hammered fired pocket pistol 380 that is designed to shoot 7 yards out. And anything further than that, it's not really designed for that. So you're like not even trying to hit, or you're not even hitting what you're trying to aim for with it past 10 yards. So it's not fun. You don't want to practice with it very much. It's not something you really rely on. And most pocket pistols, because they're so small, there's not a lot of room for error. You have errors with them. I mean, they're just, you trade a lot to get the convenience. Is it perfect size to fit in your pocket or in a little tiny holster, set it and forget it? Yeah, it's perfect for that. But is it good for accuracy, shooting, protection? I don't know. I mean, like I said, is it better than having nothing? Absolutely not. I'd much rather have my 380 on me than nothing at all. But is it something I feel happy when I carry it? No, not really. When I got to wear a suit and tie and I have no option to holster one of these guys, I got to carry my 380, which kind of sucks because it's not something I feel reliable on. This particular model has a super heavy trigger. It's not the best trigger on the market. It's very, I don't know, it's got a lot of play in there. Very long. Doesn't have a nice reset on it. See, barely hear it. It goes all the way to basically reset position for the reset to actually go off. So I don't like that. I want a gun that I can, pull that trigger, feels nice and crisp, and then quick, nice reset. That's what I want right there. I feel more comfortable with that. I feel more confident when I hold this. And then on top of that, you can put your lights on there, your lasers. You can't do any of that with this. There's no rail, there's no Picatinny rail, there's no accessory mount rail, there's nothing. It's literally the gun and that's it. Size comparison, as you can tell, I mean, this is like a toy. Literally, it's like a toy compared to this P10 right here. And that's great for a lot of things, but in reality, it's not great for relying on your life to use it, you know? And then on top of that, like I said, you only get 7 rounds. So do you need more than 7 rounds in a gun battle? Probably not. But would you rather have 18? Yeah, absolutely. Why not? Of 19? Absolutely. Why not? So I just wanted to make this video in regards to that. I know a lot of new shooters are going to be honing in towards the little pocket pistol 380s, or even the 9mm little pocket pistols, which I think is a horrible idea, but whatever. A lot of new shooters are going to be going for that because it's small, it's not scary looking, it looks nice and fun. It's something that you feel like, okay, I'll just throw it in my bag or in my wallet holder and I'm good to go. Compared to something like this, somebody's gonna look at this and be like, first time gun owner, no thank you. You know, they're gonna look at this Beretta right here and they're gonna be like, oh wow, yeah, look at that big magazine, and oh man, look at that, it's a really big gun. It's got, you know, safeties on it and all that crap, and you know, decockers. I don't even know what a decocker is, you know. So that's the problem. People want stuff like this because it's simple. You literally back the slide, the bullet's in there, you pull the trigger, it's good to go. Close quarter combat, no problem, boom, done. And it's easy. You can hold this. It doesn't inconvenience you. It's the size of your phone, you know, so it doesn't bother you. This right here is an inconvenience. You have to holster this guy, which weighs a lot. It's about 28 grams, I think, or ounces, I believe it is. So it's heavy. It holds 18 bullets. And it's a big gun, you know, so like, you're like, I don't want to inconvenience myself having to carry this every day, holster it every day. I'd rather just carry this. I can literally just throw this in my pocket and be simple. It's straightforward. Now, one thing to you guys and ladies that you have to know, it's not about being simple and convenient. It's about a tool that protects your life. And in this world, you can't worry about convenience and easy. It's not like that. This is something that you are relying to save your life, if God forbid, or your family's life, if God forbid anything ever happens. So the last thing on your mind should be like, oh, it fits in my pocket. It's very easy to carry. I'm perfect with that. Now I get it. There's some scenarios where you don't have a choice. Like I said, you wear a suit and tie every day, or you wear, you know, dress pants and you wear a button up, and you can't holster a big gun like this. I get that, but this is better than nothing, absolutely. This is better than nothing. But if you have the luxury to wear normal clothes every day, I better see you holster something like this and learn and train and practice with something like this. And trust me, you're going to be way more satisfied in the long run than trying to have fun with something like this. This is not meant for that. It's not something that you're going to want to purposely go to the range and shoot and train with. You're going to get annoyed of it. And that's what happened with my gun. I got annoyed of it. Yeah, do I like having it? Absolutely. That's why I still have it, you know, 4 years later. But it is something that just sits in my office drawer in my house. I don't think twice about it. I grab one of these guys, or my Beretta, or my other CZ, you know, it's just like, you gotta have a good compact size gun to be reliable with your shooting, to really enjoy it. And that's just my opinion. Like I said, I've went down that route where this was too scary, didn't even look at it, wanted nothing to do with it when I first got into guns, so I wanted only a pocket pistol. That's all I wanted. And then after shooting those, to be honest, in my opinion, this gun is harder to shoot than a compact 9mm because it has no room for anything. The recoil is very aggressive on here because like you can barely get a good grip on it. It pops very heavily. It's a loud gun. It's still a 380, so it's almost as loud as your 9mm. So as far as that goes, the scariness in that, you can't really say anything otherwise. This, on the other hand, it's very smooth. You know, you shoot it, it's got very little kick to it. You can get a good grip on it. That's the reason. You know, I've learned that over the years that this was harder to shoot than a compact size 9mm. And a lot of new gun owners are going to learn that, and I don't want you to learn it the hard way. So start off with something like that opposed to something like this. And then once you get good at those, then buy something like this just to be, you know, in the pocket or whatever, you know, throw it around, not really care about it, or have it for a loved one, whatever. That's fine, you know. My girlfriend is scared to death of these things. She thinks this is a massive, big, you know, behemoth gun, and she wants no part of it. This, on the other hand, she's no problem being around this one. And that's just how it is. So learn to train towards compacts or full size 9mm guns. Once you get good with those and you have a little extra money, by all means, if you want a pocket pistol, go ahead, go get one, you know. But I mean, it's just, you look at the size comparison. Like, that's the magazine that comes out of my P10. Look at the difference on that. You know, it's just like that mag is half the size of the actual firearm. So I get it. You know, the convenience is definitely there. The easeability is definitely there. But is it something you want to rely on your life with? I don't think so. So that's it for today, everyone. I hope you like and enjoy this video. I hope you learned something from it, from my personal views and my personal lifestyle of what I did with firearms. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Catch you guys on the next one. Peace.